What's going on, Falcons family? We are back again here on a Tuesday. It's Falcons Daily. I'm your host, CG, Craig Green, the voice of Dominant Championship Wrestling here in North Carolina, as well as the radio voice of Elizabeth City State University football. And you can give me a follow at Craig G Sports, CRAIG, the letter G in the word sports. FanArch, who powers this platform here. You can find them at FanArch Co. Their logo is in the top left corner right there, FANARCHCO. Please give us a like and a subscribe here on this channel. We greatly appreciate that. Let's get right into it, y'all. We won't keep you very long today. Yesterday, we heard Raheem Morris speak to the media about his thoughts on the loss to the Dolphins. Horrifying, embarrassing, just mind-boggling, inexcusable loss to the Miami Dolphins. And, he talked about several different factors. One of those that really stuck out to me was talking about execution. A lot of times we hear we hear the speak in the media. We see the speak on social media, wherever it may be, about, about the coaches, not doing their part. A lot of times you see the quarterback, the head coach, the owner, the general manager, whoever the star player is, having to take the heat for the loss as if they can control what the other 52 men on the team do. But in this instance, Raheem Morris kind of put it back and said, that this one here, where talking about the players having to take some accountability for what happened in this game. And I personally think that is a good thing, because a lot of times, again, how many times have we heard, I saw just scrolling on social media over the weekend, Sunday and Monday, showing pictures of Raheem Morris and Kirk Cousins needing to be fired and all these other things because we lost to the Dolphins. If you felt that way about losing to the Dolphins, how'd you feel about us losing to the Panthers? You know what I mean? But again, I think this loss was much worse than the Panthers loss, again, because it happened in Atlanta on your field, in front of, mostly your fans. I know there was a smattering of Dolphins fans there, of course, and there's always going to be. Atlanta is a transient city. So, again, I thought that Raheem kind of hit the nail on the head with the quote that he had from his presser. And when they asked about the feelings about the loss and about players performing and executing, Raheem had said this. He said, "We had the opportunity to go and win the football game. Everyone will try to make excuses about who we didn't have, but that really doesn't matter. You got to go out there and execute the game plan in place to go out there and try to win that football game." So again, it doesn't matter that we didn't have Michael Penix, Drake London, Jalen Walker, Billy Bowman, Divine Diablo. None of those guys were on the field. And yes, it doesn't really matter. And guess what? The San Francisco 49ers showed it to us in their house the other day, that it didn't matter that they didn't have Fred Warner or Nick Bosa on the field. And they still were able to put together a defensive performance that held us to just 10 points. So it's all about the effort, the want to, and everything like that. Execution is paramount. I mean, the execution of the game plan on offense and defense was complete crap on Sunday, and that's why we got blown out the way we did. And, the Dolphins were, unfortunately for us as Falcons fans, they were deserving winners of the football game. So hats off to Miami and their fans, and, you're 1-0 over us this season. Raheem did have something positive to say during that presser, too, saying that pretty much everybody who isn't on IR right now, or on the PUP list or whatever, if they missed the ball game and were on the injury report, they are day to day. That includes Storm Norton, that includes Jalen Walker, that includes Billy Bowman, that includes Drake London, that includes our quarterback, Michael Penix Jr. Please, 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 please come back, because Kirk Cousins was so terrible the other day. Anyway, it's a good news to see that we could have some of these guys back, have a little bit more firepower on the field to add to our depth, add to our rotations, and whatnot for this Patriots game. Because again, if we tried out there with the same attitude, mindset, and execution that we had against the Dolphins, we're going to get trampled at Gillette Stadium next Sunday. I can guarantee you that. But we need. I think this could be a wake-up call for the Falcons to get their act together and make this push for the playoffs. Tampa Bay is going to be idle this week. They're not playing at all. And you've got Carolina playing on the road. The Saints are playing on the road. So really good spot for the Falcons to push themselves back into second place in the NFC South if they can get a win. But getting some of those key guys back, if we can get back Drake and Jalen Walker, that will help out a lot. Obviously getting back Penix would be huge. But once you get these guys back, they have to go out there and execute, because if they don't execute, again, we're going to lose to the Patriots as well. And one glaring thing for me, I continue to say, we talk about linebacker. We talked about it in the offseason. I thought we were pretty light right there. We still need some help protecting the middle of the defense. D'Angelo Malone was converted to be in that middle linebacker room. Remember, we were talking about, hey, we're probably short on one guy in the Mike linebacker spot, the inside linebacker. And it was revealed by Jeff Ulbrich that they were cross-training D'Angelo Malone at that spot. Don't know where he's at right now. I don't know where Josh Woods is at right now in that spot. But, honestly, I know Caden Ellis needs some help out there, because J.D. Bertrand, Raheem even said it himself. He said J.D. did not play very well against the Dolphins. And, we had a quote from J.D. Bertrand about watching out for the window dressing and disguising their looks and things like that. And it seems like he got taken advantage of pretty heavily against the Dolphins on Sunday. But, we talk about all these other players who are out there and available and other things like that. One player I would love to see come back to the Falcons, bring back Nate Landman. He's only on a 1-year contract with the Rams. We couldn't afford to pay this bro the money he's getting from the Rams right now. Let's just trade for him and bring him back. He knows our room. He knows essentially knows our defense, and he knows the players. I think he would be, the Rams are probably enjoying having him there, and I don't think they'd be willing to give him up. But hey, why not? Let's bring Nate Landman back. And I think, honestly, especially if we are not going to get Troy Anderson back anytime soon, it's going to be really hard on the eyes to trot J.D. Bertrand out there again after the performance he had against the Dolphins. But, it's the league is all about different matchups and all that other stuff. So maybe the Patriots are a better matchup for J.D. This Sunday, who knows? But again, just looking around the league and thinking about money and fits and familiarity, number one guy on my list now to bring back after, we talked about Kamu Grugier-Hill, we talked about Raekwon McMillan, we talked about players like that. Nope, just go on, give me back Nate Landman, the landmine, and I'll bring him back to Atlanta. I would love to see that happen. And if you'd like to see that too, put it in the comments, because that's, just, again, we need help over the middle. We can't keep doing what we're doing right now. Otherwise, the Patriots and everybody else is going to pretty much have kind of a field day doing what they do against our team. Didn't have very many comments from this past video from Monday. So please go ahead and like, subscribe if you have not done so, and let me know your thoughts on Falcons Daily, the Falcons season, their opponents, whatever it may be. We did have a comment. This is from McCoy Jamie 30. Coaching is the problem. We got the talent. Some weeks it seems like it's the players. Some weeks it seems like it's coaching decisions. Some weeks it's a little bit of both. I tend to lean towards the players needing to perform better, and that's because the coaches aren't coaching to lose. They're putting game-winning plans together, you would think, week in and week out. And sometimes, again, like when it comes to the offense, the players can only listen to the offensive coordinator up to the count of 15 seconds, and then after that, it's up to them to do what they need to do on the field. You heard Raheem Morris say, they watched the film, and he's coming out there speaking for the team and for the on behalf of the team, on behalf of the coaching staff and whatnot, and he's telling you that the players did not execute. So if we trust him when they win, we got to trust him when they're losing too. And I firmly believe it comes down to execution of these plays. We could talk about play calling, we could talk about scheme and design, and again, none of us know any play calls. None of us have a playbook that the Falcons are using. We also have to understand what the defense is trying to do, and because it is one big old chess match out there anyway, with the offense, the defense, the special teams or whatever it might be. But again, watch what happens when the Falcons execute, and it's a big world of difference. When they don't execute, it's 34-10 against 1-6 teams like the Miami Dolphins. All right, y'all, we will be back on Wednesday with more Falcons Daily. Until then, sayonara and buenos noches.